host Linfield on the 16th, travel to California on the 21st in Berkeley, and then open up Big Sky Conference play at Sacramento State on the 30th of December before continuing a 3-game road trip to start to the conference at Eastern Washington on the 4th and 6th. First home Big Sky Conference game will be January 11th against Montana State. All right, here come the Vikings into the front court. Up 45-29 as we start the half. Mayhew will get the start along with Strickland, Kanda, Ferris, and Edwards inside. Strickland's got it right in front of us, trying to get the ball to bounce as he rolls it along the floor. Now to Kanda. Kanda will come off the screen to Strickland at the top. Strickland starts the drive, stops, hesitates in the middle of the lane. Pass is going to be picked off on the play as the Vikings turn it over. Taylor comes with the steal. Brito with the basketball to Brown Jr. Brown Jr. will dribble with it between his legs. Come a screen off the top. Now the pitch will go to Merrill. Merrill will get it to Miller. Miller against Ferris, back to Merrill in front of his bench. Deep low, they get the ball in the post. Back to the basket. Merrill had a quick look at a three. Now steps into a backup three and hits a nice-looking shot. Only their second three-pointer of the game and the first 3 points of the second half. And that one was well contested by Portland State. 45-32 as the Aggies get the first 3 of the half. Ferris got it mid-post near side. The left-hander starts the drive, now puts up the short jump shot that's good. Traylon Ferris has 7, and the Vikings get back up on the board and lead it by 15 at 47-32. Drive to the basket by Miller, hanging in the air with the left hand. It's good, it counts. Andy is fouled. And it'll be free throw time. Ferris will pick up his 3rd foul. Orm will come into the game, and Miller will go to the free throw line. Trying to complete the 3-point play, and he does. 47-35, 18:37 to go. Vikings will hand it off to Kanda. Kanda will come off the top. They'll switch out with Brown. Now Kanda will get down the lane. Short shot off the window, draws contact, and he'll shoot free throws. So Kanda persistent that time to get to the basket. As we get a chance to look at it on the replay. Then a foul will be called on Brown. And Kanda will go up to the free throw line. Where his struggles continue. Bryce Kanda, excellent shooter, but 3 of 10 from the free throw line on the year. Kanda's next one, perfect. He's got 6 in the game. Hollins would check in for Portland State. 48-35, 18:27 to go. There you see the pressure. The Vikings in their 1-2-1-1 full court press. Merrill breaks it in the front, gets it to Miller. Quick 3, that's a shot you got to take, and he hits it. The Vikings let him beat the press, and Miller did what you got to do, and that's take the 3-pointer, something the Vikings hadn't given up in the first half. So with that shot, it's back to a 10-point game, and there's an offensive foul on Orm going to the basket. Quinn Taylor was inside to pick it up. Orm will pick up his 3rd foul. And the Vikings got to be careful here. 10-point game. Utah State has hit a couple of threes and one old-fashioned way, outscoring Portland State 9-3 here. Miller will bring it up. Now to Brown. Brown crosses the line, gets the ball to Taylor. He'll throw it cross-court to Merrill. Merrill will work against Strickland. Taylor, 1-bounce dribble, throws across to Miller. Miller, another 3, looks good and is. And Miller's got a good-looking stroke. And the Aggies have come out with a barrage from downtown to make it 48-41. As along the baseline is Strickland. Woods, nice pass inside for the right hand. Jackhammer put down and in by Hollins. He's got 9. Woods with the assist. And the Vikings stem the tide with a slam dunk to push their lead back to 9 with 17:38 to go. Oh, they need that basket. So Utah State obviously has made some good adjustments. We get a chance to look at it here. And Hollins knows what to do with it, and the freshman Woods knows how to pass the basketball. Came into the game with 14 assists on the year. That would be his first one of the night. And the Vikings will huddle down to our right. A 30-second timeout that's turned into a minute, but we'll keep it here at this one. Utah State, who had hit only one three-point shot in the first half, they've already hit 3 in the second half, and that's a big difference in the basketball game. And obviously they worked at halftime about how they wanted to break that press, space the floor, and there's been no hesitation then to shoot that shot, which you really can't do because Portland State's going to come back and apply pressure, and there's no doubt the Vikings have a quickness advantage at a number of positions. So Miller has done a nice job. Brock Miller out of Sandy, Utah, Brighton High School, has hit 3 bombs in the game. He hit a couple against Gonzaga on Saturday night in their 13-point defeat. But the Vikings get a much-needed basket inside from Hollins, who is up to 9 points on the night, shooting the basketball much better than he did last year. He's got a mid-range jumper in this game. He's got a three-pointer. And the Vikings will play defense. Inbounds, it'll come to Brito. 50-41. Portland State has led this game by as many as 18, and that's been cut in half. They'll break the pressure into the front court. Merrill around the horn to Brito. Brito will start the drive. Now they'll play a little 1-4 high. He'll come off, hook the pass back out, pump fake, and a foul's going to be called on Strickland. It was going to be close to a travel. As you get a chance to see it, Strickland flying out there to cover up, picks up his first personal foul. Aggies to trigger in front of their head coach, Tim Duria. Brito will get the inbounds. Hard dribble to the right. Now slings the pass across to Merrill. Merrill to Brown. Another look at a 3. Knocks it down from the angle left. Dwayne Brown. And the Aggies continue to bomb away. All of their baskets in the half have been 3-pointers, and they cut it to a 6-point game at 50-44. Wood starts the drive now to Strickland. Strickland behind the back, lost it off his foot. Now dives to the ground to get it. Loose ball is picked up, and I think we're going to get a foul against Miller on the ground. Miller is going to be called for jumping on top as you see it bounce off his foot there. And here comes the action. Yeah, Miller just diving down to get it. They'll wipe up the wet spot on this brand new floor for the PK80 presented by State Farm. Inbounds, it comes to Edwards. Edwards will hand it off to Holland Woods. Woods will go with it to Strickland. Vikings running their man offense. Edwards comes way out high to get it. Now to Woods. Woods has 2 players on him. Gets to the lane, kick back to Strickland, straightaway 3. Gonna miss it badly. Edwards battles for the rebound inside, and it comes to the Aggies, who are down by only 6. Here's a steal by Hollins from behind. He's got to get rid of it. Ahead of the pack to Woods, race to the basket, had it goaltended. They don't call the goaltend, and they'll come back the other way to the basket. Scoop shot, Edwards blocked it out of bounds. And the Viking head coach will say that ball hit the backboard and then was blocked. Let's look at it on the replay. Now he blocked it into the backboard. Vikings up by only 6. We got quite a game here now after Portland State led by 18 in the first half. They'll play high screen and roll, and they'll call an offensive foul on Taylor on the screen. So Tommy Nunez, he asked the Viking head coach, Barrett Peary, did it get to the board? And really it did not get to the board, so it was a good call. And the Vikings will come to the front court. 16:08 to go. 18-point lead has been cut down to 6. Strickland will get it to Hollins. Hollins a dribble handoff. Vikings playing without their second leading scorer, Deontay North, out with a sprained ankle. Between the rings to Kanda. Kanda, now 14 on the clock. Pace of the game more the way the Aggies want it. Woods has it out front, 10 on the clock. Looks for the high screen, gets it, comes off it. Now diagonal pass goes to Strickland. Strickland into the paint, pop back jumper, back rim no good. Edwards had the rebound, he'll pull it away on the deck. Wild scramble for it, it'll be a jump ball, and I think it'll be Aggie basketball. And they'll get it, so we'll get the media timeout. And the Aggies are right back in this one. We got a good one for you here. As you see the scramble there, it's 50-44. Portland State, which was up at the half by 16, finds themselves up by only 6. We'll take a break on Watch Big Sky, presented by Pluto TV. Quite a run by the Aggies here in the opening moments of the second half, as they had hit only 1 3-pointer in the first half. The big story, they've hit 4 of them here in the second half, and they've battled their way right back into this game, down 50-44. With 15:36 to go. Aggies will get the basketball so they can creep even closer. All of their buckets have been 3-pointers. Vikings will continue with the pressure. Long time getting the ball in bounds. Finally they do to Brito. He's into a double team. He'll get it back to Brown. Brown still hasn't gotten it out of the backcourt, and they finally do at the 8-second count. Brito pass along the baseline, tipped. I don't know if Portland State hit it or not. They're going to say the Vikings did tip it out of bounds. And it'll be Utah State basketball. Out front to Miller. 15:23 to go. Vikings lead it 50-44. Portland State led by 18 in the basketball game with 1:13 to go in the half. Around the horn they go. Brito goes along the baseline. He missed the layup. He was all alone. Nobody came to help. Here comes Woods out of the backcourt. Drop back pass to Kanda. Kanda shoots it up off the window but can't get the little floater. And the rebound will come down to Dwayne Brown. Brown trying to dribble out of backcourt. He'll go to Merrill. Merrill, the left-hander, pushes his way into the front court. Now cross court to Taylor. Taylor will get it back to Merrill. Merrill, stop and go. Off the window, shot around and out, no good. Ferris with the defensive rebound. He'll come out of the backcourt for Portland State. Gets the ball in the center to Holland Woods. Woods to Mayhew, quick look at a 3. Gonna miss that badly. Kanda tipped it with the left hand, tipped it up again but couldn't get it, and Miller down with the rebound. So we've been locked at 50-44 for quite a while here. Portland State up by 6. Orm to check in for the Vikings. Brito, who just missed the layup all alone, comes off the high screen. Ferris picks him up. He pushes his way to the baseline. Kick across to Miller. Miller one bounce to Brown. Brown shakes to the left, now to the right, into the lane. Brito runs over the top, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Portland State. And we're going to have to take a look at that one to see. It appeared that the Vikings had established position and were well set up. Well, what happened there is probably a good call. Mayhew would have got the charge, but Hollins kind of stepped in to help out. And Brito will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, with his team down by just 6 points here. 14:08 to go. Brito takes a long time, steadies himself and misses the free throw off the back rim. So the Aggies now 8 of 16. Next free throw swirls around and out, no good. Orm comes up with a rebound. Dribble handoff goes to Mayhew. Mayhew will set it to Orm at the top, now to Kanda. Kanda, the Vikings need a basket desperately. They've got a missed layup and 2 missed free throws, and they've got to take advantage here. Woods will come off the top, turn the corner, go down the lane, kick out to Kanda. Kanda, hard 2-bounce dribble, floater in the lane is good from 12 feet, moving to his right. Kanda knocks it down. He's got 8 in the game, and the Vikings reestablish an 8-point lead as we get a chance to look at it on the replay. Mid-range pull-up there. Orm will check in the game for Portland State. He will put the pressure on Quinn Taylor, who will trigger the inbounds. Vikings want to really get after it this time. Miller, double team, gets the basketball back to Taylor. Up the wing they go, now to Merrill. Merrill, crossover dribble, picks up the dribble. Miller, long three, front rim and off. Battle for the rebound, great hustle by Taylor. Loose ball comes loose to Brito. Aggies really working on it. The hustle plays here in the second half. Porter will settle things. His team down by 8, 13-19 to go. Taylor, they get a deep post up inside, and a foul is going to be called on Ferris. As Dargington got deep post up position. Ferris will pick up his fourth. Fouls have been a big factor in his amount of playing time and performance. Free throw put up and good. Alexis Dargington with the free throw. Edwards will come in for Traylon Ferris. Second free throw is good. (52-46), 13:09 to go. Vikings will dribble out front. Scoring has been hard to come by for Portland State here in the second half. They'll go 2-3 zone. Edwards will pop out, hand off to Kanda. Kanda to Woods, quick reversal. Now get the ball to Orm. Orm will slide to the basket, put up a shot too hard off the basket, off the window as he got a step by the defender. Merrill will come into the front court. He'll pull for three. Vikings gave him too much room, and he netted the three-pointer. And now we've got a three-point game at 52-49. The Aggies have hit 5 three-pointers in the half to close to within 3 after making only 1 in the first half. 52-49. Kanda will give the ball off. Mayhew, who started off hot early, will start the drive, and a hold to be called on the play as Brito will pick up the foul. And it will not be free throws with 12:23 to go. We look at it here. Nice crossover dribble. And then a hard fourth team foul. Brito will check in the game. Strickland will come back for Portland State. Jamie Orm just not able to get his game going tonight because of fouls. Will pick up his fourth foul. A valuable player for Portland State, particularly in this game with playing without Deontay North. But fouls have just beset him in this game. Vikings will give it to Woods. Woods now to Strickland. Strickland, Mayhew looked at a long three, didn't take it. 12 on the clock. Edwards, mid-post area. Double team comes. Mayhew starts the drive, now kick in the corner. Kanda for three. Bingo! Bryce Kanda rings the bell on the assist from Mayhew, and the Vikings reestablish a 6-point lead. Portland State hitting their first three-pointer of the half. 55-49, Vikings with the lead. Hard dribble drive to Miller. Miller's been a key component in this second half with a pair of threes. Brito now, and Strickland will be called for a foul trying to get over the top of the screen. 16 foul. We got a timeout on the floor. 11:44 to go. Vikings, who were up by as many as 18, saw their lead cut down to 3. Lead it now by 6 at 55-49. We'll take a break on Watch Big Sky, presented by Pluto TV. Viking dance team performing, and Portland State will come out. Kanda just hit a big three-pointer to become the first Viking to get double figures with 11. And the Aggies striking from distance. 5 three-pointers in the half for the Aggies has been the big difference after Portland State outscored them 18-3 in the first half. Tommy Nunez Jr. checking on the clock here. And now it'll be Aggie basketball as we play in the Memorial Coliseum. PK 80 presented by State Farm. Brito dribbling out front, stop and go dribble. Now gives the handoff to Brito, actually, who gets all the way to the basket and scores on the layup. It was Porter with the assist, and they got the switch that they wanted to make it 55-51, 11:30 to go. Mayhew out front, dribble handoff to Strickland. Strickland gets to the free throw line, now back to Woods. Spread court, they're gonna let's see if Woods gonna go. High screen to the left, he'll use it, come off it, switch back, and they're gonna call Edwards for a moving screen. And now the Aggies, who have come as close as 3, can make it a 2 or 1 point game here. 17 foul on Portland State. 55-51. Porter will come out of the backcourt. Porter Jr. wearing that number 30, which is reminiscent of Terry Porter, 30 for the Blazers, now the head coach at the University of Portland. Here's Merrill, stop and go dribble, pull up, 19-footer is good. As he executed the pick and roll beautifully, and we've got ourselves a 2-point basketball game. The Vikings were up by 18 with 1:18 to go in the half. Here's Woods, stop and go. Now to Kanda. Kanda, stop, pop for 3. Gonna miss that one badly. Got nothing but the hardwood. And the ball will come to Utah State. 10:43 to go. Vikings trying to hold them off. The last time that this basketball game was tied was at 6-6. Here's a drive, but a steal by Portland State. Woods comes back the other way. Far wing to Strickland. 3 ball in the air. Front rim missed it badly. Woods hustles to the rebound. Kicks it way out front to Strickland. Mayhew got a clean look. Yes, sir! Mayhew, angle right. Gets to double figures with 11. Strickland with the assist. And the Vikings reestablish a 5-point lead at 58-53. Vikings look for a travel on Merrill. They won't get it. Brown will come into the front court. Just about halfway through the second stanza. Portland State by 5. Out front to Merrill. Merrill goes to the left hand. Quick pull with a long 3. Beautiful shot that time. As Merrill has caught fire. He's got 13. And the Vikings lead is back down to 2 points. As it's a 3-point shooting barrage by Utah State. Here's Strickland in front of his bench. Hard drive gets along the baseline, and a foul is going to be called, and I think it'll be bonus time. So the Vikings are going to have to shoot free throws. That's only the 5th team foul. As Edwards checks out for Portland State. Brandon Hollins checks in. He's got 9 points, and he's played extraordinary basketball for Portland State. They're going to need him. Way out front, they go to Kanda. Now to Mayhew. 2-3 zone defense. And now they switch back to it is a matchup zone defense. Mayhew out front, starts the drive. Pump fake, little shot in the lane. Back rim, no good. And way up is Darlington to get the defensive rebound. 58-56, the Aggies could take the lead with a 3. Last time they led the basketball game was at 4-2. Brittington will come around. They get it to the hot man, Merrill. Nice pass inside. Big height advantage there, backing his way down. And now to the basket to lay it in. Darlington with the hoop. And we are tied at 58 with 9:03 to go. So the Vikings, who had everything going their way, they're going to have to play down the stretch here. Mayhew will come off the high screen. Give it back to Strickland. Strickland on the wing. Starts the drive. Gets a step in the lane. Scoop it with the left hand. Missed it off the rim. And the rebound will come down. And the Aggies will look for their first lead in the basketball game. They're going to throw it high to the big fella. Oh, he travels with the basketball. You can't do that. And it'll be Portland State's ball. So the Aggies miss an opportunity to take the lead. And Portland State, Bryce Kanda, has played long minutes in this one with the injury to Deontay North. Aggies will go to their bench. What a game we have here with 8:37 to go. Portland State will call out pistol against a man defense. Strickland with the ball, hand off to Woods, the freshman. Right in front of us, to the right of the Viking bench. And a foul's going to be called inside, trying to keep Hollins from a post-up position. Taylor with his 4th foul. 16th foul. It'll be bonus next time for Portland State. Tied at 58, 8:27 to go. Strickland will get it way out front. It'll go into the back court, but it wasn't touched, so you can inbounce it into the back court. Mayhew will get the dribble handoff. Look at a 3, not taken. Now get down the lane, go to the basket, off the window, around and out, no good, and he got foul. Got a foul going for his rebound. Good drive by Michael, but he just couldn't finish the play. 8th team foul on Portland State, and guess what? The Aggies will toe the stripe with 8:14 to go and a chance to take the lead back in the basketball game after Portland State led it by 18 with 1:13 to go in the half. The Aggies' largest lead has been 2, and that's what will happen if they make the free throws. Ferris and Edwards will come back in for Portland State. Hollins and Orm will come out. 1-and-1 situation here for Merrill. He has had a big second half, but he has struggled on the year from the free throw line, although he's 3 for 3 tonight and 4 for 4. Aggies lead it 59-58. This young Portland State team is going to have to find out how to win it down the stretch like they did at the University of Portland. Here comes Strickland in the front court. They'll throw it mid-post to Edwards. Double team will come. Edwards will dribble out left-handed to Strickland. So they're going to jump the double team every time. Ferris will come and set the high screen for the freshman. Now they'll go back to Ferris. Ferris near the sideline, tiptoes it, now throws mid-post to Edwards, and he traveled with the basketball. So we'll get a timeout, 7:54 to go. The Vikings down 60-58. The Aggies have the basketball and a chance to take their largest lead of the game as you are watching Big Sky TV presented by Pluto TV. All right, Portland State Vikings are going to be tested down the stretch here as the Aggies have shot 10 out of 15 from the field, 6 of 7 from three-point range, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, while the Vikings are 5 for 16, 2 for 6, and 1 for 2. So three-point shooting got the Vikings the lead, and three-point shooting has got the Aggies the lead in the basketball game, 60-58. Portland State will stay with the pressure, 94 feet. Strickland, Mayhew, Woods, Ferris, and Edwards in for Portland State. Kanda will check back in for the Vikings. Here's a pass turned over in the backcourt by the Aggies. Kind of an unforced turnover. And Portland State will get the basketball and a chance to tie the game up with 7:48 to go. Vikings need Kanda, Ferris, and Edwards, their seniors, to step up here. Inbounds, it comes to Woods. Holland, the freshman, getting a chance to go in a high-pressure situation, 60-58. Edwards pops to the high post. He's alone. Step back 3. Back rim. He's a good three-point shooter, and he had that one nearly down. Shot it with confidence, but it just wouldn't stay. Trying to give the Vikings the lead. He had been 3 for 5 on the year. Here you get a chance to look at it. It was just about 2 inches too long. Inbounds, it comes to Brito. Brito gets the ball back. Now to Brown. Brown picks up his dribble to Brito. Brito goes up the left side with it to Jargington. Now back to Brito. Miller hit a couple threes. Merrill's also out there, dangerous from three-point range. 14 on the clock. Brito will come around, get a step, and Edwards will block the shot, and they'll call him for a push and foul. And it'll be free throw time. Third foul, 19th foul. So Brito will go to the free throw line a chance to give them their largest lead of the game. Brito will miss the first one, so a big miss as the Aggies have struggled from the free throw line. Now 13 of 23, shooting it at about 50%. Oh, a lane violation on Portland State. Wow, and a 2-point basketball game when you had a miss. Let's see how important that will turn out to be. He'll miss the second one, so that would have been 2 misses. So there's no reason to get a lane violation when it's a 2-shot foul. 7:15 to go. He'll net the third one to give them a 3-point lead, their largest of the game, up 61-58. They'll go with a 1-2-2 zone defense with some height out front with Brito. So the Vikings looking for some offense here against a half-court set. Mayhew way out front. Now deep post area will go to Kanda. Give it off to Ferris. Ferris will bump inside off the window and get it with the left hand. He's got 9, and the Vikings close to within 1. 61-60. 6:50 to go. And the Aggies will turn the basketball over to Portland State. (61-60). 6:48 to go. Vikings force another turnover. That's 14 in the game. Portland State will look for the go-ahead bucket here. Hollins in the game. Dribble handoff to Mayhew. Mayhew out front. Deep three. Going to be very short. Rebound inside. And the Vikings can't get it, so Mayhew will shoot an air ball. Kanda has shot an air ball. And here comes the Aggies with 6:38 to go. Up 61-60. Dwayne Brown to trigger the inbounds. He'll get it into Miller. Miller will go back to Brown. Brown will throw it up the court to nobody. Another turnover, and the Viking pressure is starting to get to the Aggies. Now the offense has to come through and make something happen. We get a timeout as we get a chance to see the turnover there. The Vikings will have the basketball with a chance to take the lead back. 6:32 to go. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here for this one. Well, Portland State has really struggled in the half court offensively here in the second half. And the Vikings have not been able to get any fast break points in the second half. And it's been the outside shooting of the Aggies, particularly from three-point range, where they've hit 6 out of 7. They lead it 61-60, 6:32 to go in the basketball game. Portland State was up at the half and up big, 45-29. 9 team fouls on Portland State, 6 on the Aggies. It'll come to Holland Woods, the freshman, who will handle things at the point for Portland State. Woods will get the ball to Mayhew as they run it around the horn, now to Woods. Hollins will come set the screen. Woods will come off. Stop and go dribble. Now to the teeth of the defense. Slide across. Put a short shot in the lane up. No good. And it looked like a traveling violation. Mayhew nearly steals the ball. Canada has it. It's loose on the deck, and the Vikings will dig it out, and it's kicked down the court in a wild scramble. And Portland State will retain possession of the basketball. Here we go with 6:09 to go. 61-60. The Vikings trying to go to 4-0 on the season. Inbounds, it'll come to Woods, the freshman. He'll come out of the backcourt. Hollins will set the screen to the left. They'll double team him. He'll snap at the corner to Kanda. Kanda not able to enter the pass inside. Set the screens. Woods comes off it. Back up to Kanda. Kanda gets a step. Kanda lays it off to Ferris to the basket. Reloads the shot, and a late whistle's going to be called as he was fouled. And I think sometimes the referees wait to see if it goes in the basket. Seventh team foul, and Traylon Ferris, not a great free throw shooter, will step up to the line. Last year he shot 61%. First one will bounce around and in for Ferris. He gets to double digits with 10, and we're tied at 61 with 5:48 to go. Second one. Good again. So Ferris knocks down a pair, and the Vikings regain the lead after giving it away and trailing 61-58. 5:47 to go. Hollins against Merrill. We'll get the ball to Davis. Darlington now to Merrill. Can't give up a three here. Vikings play the defense. Now to Merrill. 19 on the clock, 5:36 to go. Vikings lead by 1. Man pressure. Merrill dribbling out front. Now in front of his bench. He'll get the high screen. Vikings will jump out. 10 on the clock. Around they go to Miller. Miller starts to drive, gets a step, goes up in the air, has the pass stolen, kicks the ball out of bounds, and it'll be Viking basketball. So the Vikings forcing turnovers down the stretch here. Inbounds, it'll come to Woods. 62-61, Vikings lead it with 5:18 to go. Woods into the front court, right in front of the Viking bench. He'll come off the high screen, accelerate with the left hand, kick across to Kanda. Kanda gets a step down the lane, scoops the shot up, a la Julius Irving with the right hand scoop. It's good, it counts. Andy is fouled. It'll be free throw time for Bryce Kanda, and the Vikings will have a chance for a 4-point lead with 5:09 to go. Kanda's got 13 to lead the Vikings as we look at it on the replay. Kanda will go up to the free throw line and shoot 1. We had mentioned his free throw struggles. This is a big one here to give the Vikings a 2-possession lead. High arch and he misses it. Oh, you can tell he's thinking about it up there. 5:09 to go, 64-61. Vikings continue with the pressure. Brown will give it in the corner. Dargington with the basketball. Now the Vikings will stay in the man. Ferris taps the basketball, 13. Dargington gets a step and they throw the ball, but they're lucky to come back with it. Too hot to handle. 8 on the clock. Merrill down the lane, pull up, pop shot. Front rim, no good. Got his own rebound. Battle inside, it comes loose to Kanda. Up the wing to Mayhew. Stop and pop for 3. Yes, sir! Michael Mayhew with a monster 3. As they race back the other way, and a block shot inside. And let's see if Hollins is hurt. Wow, he went way up above the backboard to get that one. 67-63 as they called a goaltending back the other way. And goaltending is the call on Brandon Hollins. What a block shot he made. Let's see if we can get that on our replay. Watch him fly through the air. Hit his head on the ground. Jim Wallace, the Viking athletic trainer, is down. There's still a lot of time to go in this one. 4:28 to go. And they're still checking on Hollins inside. Michael Mayhew with a giant 3-point shot. And he's up to a round of applause from the crowd. He's got 9 points in the game. And it looks like he got the chin, which hit the deck. So Hollins will come out. 4:28 to go. Mayhew with that big 3-pointer. Actually, it was called a 2-point shot now as they looked at it. So it's 66-63 after the goaltend. Vikings will come in to Woods. Woods will stop and go off the screen. Now to Mayhew. Mayhew way out front. Clock down to 17, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Orm. I think he's going to be out of the basketball game. So say that's his 4th and the 10th team foul. So the Vikings turn it back over, up 66-63. Aggies to inbound it. They'll have to go the full court into Merrill. Now they get it back to Porter. 3-on-2. Porter will rush down the middle, lay the pass off for a two-hand flush inside. Dargington with the basket. He's got 8, and it's 66-65 with 4:03 to go. So good job at dissecting the press that time. Woods will come off the top. The freshman start the drive. Bump his way inside now to Orm. Orm will circle, go around the lane, put the shot up, and a foul is going to be called on the outside. And Jamie will go up to the free throw line to shoot some critical free throws. 4th team foul, 3:50 to go. Vikings will shoot free throws when we come back. Up 66-65. Watch Big Sky, presented by Pluto TV. Thrilling basketball game here as we open up the PK80 tournament presented by State Farm and Nike here at the Memorial Coliseum. Vikings up 66-65. Portland State led at the half, 45-29. The Aggies took their largest lead in the game with 7 minutes to go at 61-58. And now Jamie Orm will step up to the free throw line with a pressure one-on-one. The free throw is good as he coaxes it over the front of the iron. His 3rd point of the game. Orm gives the Vikings a 2-point lead, trying to make it a full 1-possession lead with 3:50 to go. Junior college transfer out of Highline CC. Second toss, front rim no good. Tipped inside. Battle comes to Portland State. They come out of it with the basketball. And they'll get the basketball to Mayhew. 67-65, 3:43 to go. Dribble handoff will come to Kanda. Kanda's got 13 in the game. Mayhew's got 14. Ferris with 11. Here's the drive by Woods. He'll get down the lane, hang in the air, shove it off the window, no good. Tipped inside, it comes loose, and an offensive rebound by the freshman, and he'll toe the stripe and shoot free throws. Dargington will pick up the foul. Here you get a chance to look at it. Missed the shot. But somehow the freshman hung tough in there, got right back to it, and he'll toe the stripe. He had 8 rebounds at Riverside. Freshman. Cool as ice. Nets the free throw. He's got 7 in the game. And he'll be back up to the free throw line here. Looks for his 8th point to give the Vikings a full 1-possession lead. Second toss, perfect. He's got 8, the Vikings lead it, make it 69-65, so the Vikings have a 2-possession lead. And a 5-second count is going to be called on the Aggies as they could not get the basketball inbounded after the pressure. The Vikings, after surrendering the lead in this game, have turned up the defense and forced multiple turnovers by the Aggies. Portland State up 69-65. Vikings trailed at 61-58. Here's Mayhew, hard drive, stop, off the window, bouncing around and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Merrill. Merrill will come out of the backcourt. 3:12 to go, 69-65. Merrill with a big second half, behind the back, just looking for a crack at a 3. Will throw the cross-court pass. Brito will start the drive, across the lane. Back to the basket. Miller outside play by Kanda. He'll get a 2-step move to the basket. Hanging shot off the window, no good. Tip loose, it comes to Woods. Woods will jog the dribble out of backcourt. Throw it cross court to Kanda. Kanda spots for 3. Bingo! Bryce Kanda has 16, and the Vikings lead it 72-65 after being down 61-58. The Vikings have outscored them 14-4 to reestablish a 7-point lead with 2:30 to go. Merrill dribbling out front, stop and go, gets a step to the basket with the left hand, it's good, it counts. And he is fouled. Merrill will toe the stripe He's had a big second half here. He's got 15 to lead the Aggies. And a right-hand shooter, but a player who likes to go to his left on the dribble more than his right. And that has been true of a lot of players in basketball history. Larry Bird comes to mind, who enjoyed that left-hand dribble more than his right. Paul Westphal was another player who would prefer to go to his left. And that's exactly what we see from Sam Merrill, who's got 15 on the night, and he'll be to the free throw line to try and bring his team to within 4 with 2:23 to go. Merrill had 19 against Gonzaga, and he looks for 16 here. Free throw is going to be good. 72 to 68. And now we'll get some 2-1-2 pressure by Utah State. The Vikings will throw diagonally to Ferris. Ferris will get it to Woods and settle things. With 19 on the clock, 2:11 in the game. Now the Aggies will drop back into a zone defense, it does look like. Or is it just a switching man? Kanda will get it to Woods. 8 on the clock, 2 in the game. Vikings got to go. Woods, pull up 3. Around and out, no good. Two-pointer, foot on the line. Ball's tipped inside, and I think it's going to be a foul against the Aggies, as Mayhew was really fighting to get to the backboards, and he'll get some help up from his teammates. Great effort, as you saw it on the replay. He got the inside position on the rebound, and Miller got in behind him and pushed him. And Michael Mayhew, proving to be a key player, a recruit by former coach Tyler Geving. Didn't get much of a chance last year, but has really worked on his body and his game. He's got 14 here tonight. Actually 13, because the last one was a 2, and he'll shoot free throws with 1:54 to go. He'll net the first one. 14 and a career high, 73 to 68. 1:54 to go. Vikings trying to go to 4-0. Second one is good. He's got 15, and he's come up big down the stretch here. 74 to 68, 1:52 to go. Brown will bring the ball out of the backcourt to Brito. Vikings do not want to foul. Make them earn it here and hit the baskets. They'll switch the high screen as Merrill will probe. Pump fake, doesn't have a shot. Brito gets a step. Now across the lane, throws one up, but right there to tip it in on the weak side is Taylor. And it's 74 to 70. They'll come with some pressure. Vikings with 1:26 to go, up by 4. We'll take some time off the clock here. Here's Merrill trying to steal the pass from Kanda, but couldn't get it. Bryce starts the drive, goes down to the deck, and Merrill is going to plead with the official. Who, me? Yeah, that's his 4th foul. And Bryce Kanda and Merrill got his feet caught up with Kanda's. And Kanda will go to a place that has not been good to him on the year. And that is the free throw line. Bryce Kanda, 16 points for the Vikings. 8 rebounds in the game. Been a fantastic rebounder for the Vikings. Had 10 rebounds in the game at Riverside. Nets the free throw to put the Vikings up by 5. He's got 17, coming off a career high 20 at Riverside. And this would give the Vikings a full 2-possession lead with 1:18 to go. Second toss, back of the rim, no good. Vikings don't want to foul here. 5-point game, 1:14 to go. Brito will come out of the backcourt. Hard dribble to the left hand. Now go to Merrill. Merrill played by Mayhew. Ball's on the floor, picked up. Mayhew's got the steal as Merrill just lost the dribble. And Mayhew will go right back to the free throw line with 1:04 to go. And the Vikings up 75 to 70. Mayhew to the free throw line. Trying to add to his career high here tonight. Merrill will check out of the game. Michael making his first trips to the free throw line on the year here tonight, where he's 4 for 4. 1:04 to go, 75 to 70. Mayhew makes it 76 to 70. He's got 16. So the Vikings, who had given up an 18-point lead, trailed at 61-58 with around 7 minutes to go. Mayhew, same spot. He's got 17. Vikings lead it 77-70. 1 minute to go in the contest. From the MC, the Glass Palace, on the east side of the river. Here's Brito, gets all the way to the basket and is fouled on the play, and that's exactly what Ferris didn't want to do as they gave Burrito a direct line drive. You can hear the coach in the background. Right to the basket. 5 fouls on Traylon Ferris, who coming off that sprained ankle played very well with 11 points here tonight. And the Vikings will have to substitute. They'll have 30 seconds to sub. 77-72, 55 seconds to go. And it'll be a chance to complete the three-point play. Ryan Edwards will check in for Portland State. And Traylon Ferris. Utah State takes a timeout. We'll take it. Watch Big Sky, presented by Pluto TV. Here we go, back into action. It'll be free throw time as Brito will go up to the free throw line for the Aggies. His team trails at 77-72 with 55 seconds to go. So with the 30-second clock, less than 2 possessions, you would expect the Aggies to pressure full court, try and get a steal or a 10-second count, and then be forced. A missed free throw will help the cause there. Hollins has got the rebound, and they'll foul him immediately. And that's probably a smart play, as Brito has really struggled from the free throw line. Brito picks up the foul. Diago, 2 for 7 from the free throw line. It's hard to play the guard position in crunch time and not be able to make free throws. Brandon Hollins, who's come back from that injury to his chin when he went way up on top of the square to block that shot. He'll net the first free throw and get to double figures with 10. Career highs 18 against George Fox, had 12 against Willamette, 8.7 rebounds in the win over Cal Riverside. 78-72, 79-72. So the Vikings, who had struggled with their free throw shooting so bad, have found it here late in the game when it counts the most. Miller, 3-ball out of the quarter, a rim out, no good. Offensive rebound, put up and good inside by Brown. He's got 14. Get the ball into Woods. Woods just got to get it across the line now. He will. Now throws it in the corner to Strickland. 35 seconds to go, and Strickland will get fouled with the Vikings up 79-74. And free throw time for Deontay Strickland, the junior out of Central Catholic High School. He'll shoot 2 here to try and get the Vikings to 80 with 33, let's call it 34 to go. Strickland to shoot 2. Misses the first one. Vikings had made 9 of their last 10 free throws when it counted the most. And now there'll be a timeout. They'll make it a full timeout. We'll take a break here on Watch Big Sky, presented by Pluto TV. Vikings lead at 79-74. Strickland to shoot a free throw when we come back. So the Portland State Vikings have shown tremendous character here after having an 18-point lead and seeing the Aggies go up 61-58 after leading by 16 at the half. But Portland State rallied since that time, and the Vikings have outscored them 21-13. And it'll be Strickland up to the free throw line to shoot one. This will make it a full 2-possession lead, which is critical, as they will definitely be looking for the three-point shot here. Strickland will miss it, so he misses a pair at the line. Brito will come into the front court. Vikings don't want to foul. Now it's Brito to Miller. Miller pump fake. They force him inside the line. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Miller. And he is in stunned disbelief at what the call is. And here we'll look at it on the replay. Yeah, he pushed away with that right hand, dribbling with the left. And the Vikings will get the basketball. 22 seconds to go. The Vikings are going to win this one and go to 4-0 on the year and be right back here Thanksgiving at 1:30 to play the #1 team in the country, the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah, but wait. I want to do it in a second.
You think back to when the last time a #1 team played on this floor. You think about the Orange Express, Ralph Miller, Mark Bradford, Ray Bloom. But I don't think they were Steve Johnson. I don't think they were rated #1 this early in the year. Was Magic Johnson's Michigan State team in the Far West Classic, were they #1? Not sure of that, as the freshman is just cold-blooded at the free throw line. He's got 9. He scored 9 against Riverside, and they all came from the free throw line. Can't get to double figures with the miss there. 80-74. 15 seconds to go. Vikings do not want to foul. Miller rise up 3, and he nets it from the far wing. 80-77 with 11 seconds to go. The Vikings are going to have to make a free throw here, as the Aggies, who came out blistering from three-point range, had not made one since their 54th, 55th, and 56th point. Got them to within 2 with about 9 minutes to go in the half. But now Mr. Woods will get a chance to get to double figures, and he'll need to with 2 tosses here. The freshman sights, fires, and bounces it around and out. So Boo Boo, as they call him, has missed 2 in a row. And now with 10 seconds to go, the Aggies could tie it with a 3 unless he can make this one. Free throw is perfect. He gets to double digits, and the Vikings get to a 4-point lead with 10.3 seconds to go. What pressure on a freshman from the line after missing his last 2. He makes that one, and the Vikings had gone up to the line and missed 4 out of 5 after hitting 9 out of 10. And it'll be 10 seconds to go. 81-77. Holland Woods gets to his average of 10 exactly, and gets 10 here tonight. The Vikings have put 5 players in double figures. Mayhew with 17, Kanda with 17, Ferris with 11, Hollins with 11, and Woods with 10. 10 seconds to go. Vikings will face the Duke Blue Devils. Both teams will be undefeated when they play on this court. 1:30 on Thanksgiving. They'll throw it long down the court. Vikings don't want to foul here. Drive to the basket and layup put in. Still 8 seconds to go. Vikings have to get the ball in bounds. They do to Woods. Woods going to put up a half-court shot. 5.9 to go. He will be fouled, and this one's not over yet. Excellent execution by the Aggies to get a long court pass and a layup. And now Woods will go back to the free throw line. Same situation. He's got to at least hit 1 out of 2 here to give the Vikings a 2-possession lead. They'll back off the line. Miller in the far corner. Mayhew has got to pay attention to him. 2-shot foul here. Vikings by 2 with 5.9 to go. Freshman will bounce it around and in. He's got 11. Vikings by 3, 82-79. This is the big one to make it a 2-possession lead with 5.9 to go. Perfect. He's got a dozen. And the Vikings lead it by 4. Inbounds it comes. Porter will come out of the backcourt hard. Throw up a wild shot off the rim, no good. Canda's got the rebound, and the Vikings have the victory by a final score of 83-79. And the Barrett Peary era opens up with a 4-0 start, which leads to a game Thursday at 1:30 against the #1 team in the country, the Duke Blue Devils. Portland State defeats Utah State by a final of 83-79. We'll be back with the stats and an interview with the head coach right here on Watch Big Sky, presented by Pluto TV.